married and alone torments me. My aunt and uncle will take me in. You know how good they are to me. If leaving me must be done, you can be assured I will be well taken care of. But you will not be happy there for long. I know you, Jemma. You must have a place to call your own, as independent as you are, and a husband to walk through the ups and downs of this life by your side. I so dearly wanted to see this union and future with my own eyes. I'm afraid my worries about your happiness will follow me to the grave. Grandmother's chin quivered, breaking a piece of Jemma's heart. How meaningless Jemma's goals seemed now. She had never intended to marry because she hadn't the same upbringing as those with two living parents in high society. Grandmother had given her autonomy, leading her to become a rather well-read bluestocking. The freedom had emboldened her to dedicate her free time to rebel charity causes. Causes her group of friends, known as the Rebels, had embraced. Ideas spiralled from there, and now she was attempting to sell her fashion sketches to magazines under a fictitious name, so she might increase her donations. She enjoyed focusing on others' needs and her own ambitions, instead of pining for suitors. Grandmother had often encouraged her to accept a courtship, but Jemma wasn't interested, not when it had meant exchanging independence for the role of a submissive wife. Perhaps being alone was worse than the alternative. Jemma no longer wanted independence. She wanted what Grandmother had given her, a family. It wasn't Grandmother's way to nag or coerce Jemma, which made this last wish all the more impactful. Jemma reached down and kissed Grandmother's forehead. It was cold, as if her life were fading before Jemma's very eyes. There was no time to consider it. Would it ease your heart if I agreed to marry? Grandmother's hand came up and rested on Jemma's cheek, the effort no doubt exhausting her. I don't want you to simply marry, Jemma. I want you to find love. I know you believe otherwise. But if you can open your heart, it is a relationship, unlike any other. She coughed, and her voice turned shaky. It's been 25 years since my husband died. It would bring me the greatest happiness and reassurance to see your heart carried up with a good man by your side. Jemma could somehow find the strength to marry, but find love? Her? She swallowed. I don't even know where to start. He must be someone good and kind. Someone devoted to you and your happiness. A basic recipe for love, but hardly easy to agree to. With her grandmother's heart as her focus, and the rest of the matter in her own purview, disagreeing seemed impossible. She forced a consoling gaze through blurry tears. Very well, dearest scheming grandmother, Jemma teased, hoping to see one last smile. I will marry for love, if you promise you'll watch from heaven. Grandmother squeezed her hand with what seemed to be the last of her strength. I wouldn't miss it. A soft, peaceful smile touched Grandmother's lips, and sleep washed over her once more. Not 2 hours later, Grandmother's spirit slipped away from her frail body at Fielding Manor, and was reunited with her dearest love and Jemma's angel parents. Through heavy tears of grief, Jemma cried away the remaining hours of the day. When the sun began to set, dragging with it all the light and colour of the world, Jemma re-solidified the promise she made to Grandmother. Witnessing the fragile moment between life and death had changed her. Loneliness had always been a stranger to her, but now it clung, its soulless fingers wrapping her with darkness. But when she remembered the peace that accompanied Grandmother from this world, it renewed her hope. Humanity, while not always kind, offered a companionship that made the heartaches worth enduring. She would mourn first, as was proper, and then she would seek out the Matchmaking Mamas of Brookeside to request that they find her a husband.